Welcome back to Grump's Barn for part 5, I think, of this ongoing saga of the front end of this wonderful Discovery Trike. Yeah. Well, as you can see, nothing's changed there. There you go, thought I better quickly do that. But here, I've just welded up this second pair of rings. Got to run a grinder over it. I need to chuck a little bit of weld in the side there. Make a piece to be let into there. Weld that up. Then that's done, and we can go off and start trying to bore out these things, make them fit. Wonderful. Well, here we are at the Chinesium pile of fucking shit. Useless. But a very small face mill on there. Going nice and easy, light cut, very light cuts. Got part way through, and this fine adjustment here decided it was suddenly going to move. And it went from a very light cut of about fucking 1/10 of a mil to digging into the fucking metal. What was it? That's this one. Look at that. Look at the chunk in it. And that has broken this heap of shit already. Which has only ever been used for milling fucking stuff out and drilling. First time I tried to use it for proper fucking mill work, it fucks up. Wonderful. Oh well, that's the end of this for now. I'm going to have to take it a fucking apart. I reckon the gears have stripped. They only have fucking nylon gears, I seem to remember, in these as standard. You can't change them for metal. I wonder why. Anywho, that'll do for now. Well, after cursing and swearing at this fucking thing, I've ripped it apart. And thankfully, there's no actual damage in there. Somehow, the metal cog that is on the end of this fucking electric motor and the plastic cog that sits next to it that runs the gearbox in here, that's all fucking plastic cogs. It must have been jammed. Well, not quite in place properly. And it was jamming up the electric motor, which was automatically cutting the power. So I took it apart, checked everything out, everything's moving perfectly, there's no damage in the gearbox, not by feel anyway. I checked it all out, all working perfectly, put it back together so it remeshed, tightened it down, and it's working perfectly again. Fucking heap of shit. Oh well, now I can try and get on and do what I was going to do in the first place. Well, this little boring head working very well. Finally, centering it over this was a complete and utter twat, because I don't have a DRO, digital readout or anything, tell me exactly what's where. So I do lots and lots of measuring. That was fun. And this hole now is 51.9 millimeters wide. It needs to be 54.8. But that's only at the bottom. The bottom nearly 13 mil of it. And the last 5 mil need to be 55 mil wide. So a little bit more, because I've got that rubber seal on top and I need somewhere for it to go. So yeah, we are getting there. After all the fun earlier with this bloody thing. But yeah, I'm very pleased. Very late at night. But I'm getting there. I'll do a bit more and then call it for the night, I think. Carry on again tomorrow. Right, now I've got both the ends of the steering head done. Unfortunately, I cocked up a teeny bit on one of them, which is really bloody annoying. You see that's all nicely done. And that one is for the top, and that is absolutely perfect. But this one for the bottom isn't. I got a bit overexcited. It was the first one I was doing, and I bored it out by about 0.3 of a mil too much. So instead of being an interference fit, whereby the hole is actually slightly smaller than the bearing that goes into it, it's actually just over a snug fit. Which is bloody annoying, but as it's a bottom one, it doesn't matter quite so much. I'm just going to use some bearing retainer to keep it in place. As it's not a bearing that's spinning ever, being a headstock bearing, then you've got to turn one way or another. It'll be absolutely fine stuck in place. Yeah, I say it's a fairly snug fit, but it would still move. I can't have that. A bit of bearing retainer will sort that. And now I'm going to make the tube for the middle. Now, this bit here, got to go inside this bit here, because that's a 5mm thickness and I wanted it to be thicker. So I've got a 2mm thickness tube to go inside that I'm now going to press in there gently with a hammer. Or failing that, I might even use the press, but I doubt it. Should just knock in. We'll see. Well, that's such a tight interference fit that no way that would have gone in without a press. There we are, it's fully pressed in now. Now I've got to do is I've already marked it up. Check the length quickly and then cut the end off. Should be fun. First end is welded on. It's not particularly pretty, but it's welded on. And the big weld you can see on top there is just a cover weld to make it look a bit nicer. Not a lot, but a bit. The weld goes right down in. Right, now what I do is sort the other one out, the other end, which is currently sitting over here, and get that on. I had to make a cunning spacer to make it sit in the right place. Fuck, that's still very hot. Now there, bent that to the right shape to fit in nicely, and it sits flat on the ledge where the bearing's going to sit. Hang on a minute. Now you can see where that tube is sitting nice and flush with the bottom of it. So the bearing will be sitting on that tube as well as on the ledge that I cut into the inside of it. One down, one to go. That's the first welding on this other end. No, see, still not, it's never going to be pretty, not the way I weld. So that is way in there, not going anywhere. Bloody hot. What a surprise. But I'm going to get a second lot over that to cover it, make it look a bit nicer. Yeah, right. This is the only time in my life I've ever could have done with a turntable. Pain in the backside, you have to weld an inch or two of it, or a couple of inches rather. Stop, turn it, weld another couple of inches, stop, turn it, yeah. You get the picture. Yep, but that shall do for now. Do a nice weld over the top of it, try and make it look, as I say, a bit prettier. And guarantee we've got lots of strength in there. And then I can think about trying to work out how to fit it to the frame. There we go, all welded up. I've just entered it for its first beauty contest. Well, actually, it's a knobbly knees contest, judging by that. But there we are, one steering stem. Well, head. Done. Now it's going to need about 5 hours to cool down. I shall have to give it a little while to cool before I can just quickly slap a bit of paint over it. This will stop it rusting to buggery by tomorrow. And then I've got to work out how to fit that on the end of here. This has got to be cut anyway. In fact, I'm going to be sorting that out in a moment, because I basically have to get a line straight down here and then work out a 23-degree or 25-degree angle rather across there, so that when the head is laying on there, it'll be laying at the 25 degrees it needs to be at for the whole of the front end to sit on. Yeah, there's madness in my method. Yeah, dear me. Only I think I've got one measuring thing here for angles. Might be a bit big for that. I might have to go and get my little protractor. That may be a bit much. We shall see. And there's the steering head sitting safely on the floor. Well, I can't burn myself on it, but it can cool down a bit on that concrete. Yep, that will do me nicely. I'll just check the length of it. It had to be no more than 22.5 centimeters, which is what, 9 inches in total, and it's within a couple of mil. It's a little bit shorter, just a teeny bit, but that's fine. I have to have it that length so that the non-threaded part of my bolt will sit inside the bearings either end, because you don't want a threaded part of a bolt sitting inside a bearing. You don't get the best contact. Right, let's get on. Oh, there we go. Finished. All by a little bit of tweaking. I'm going to have to run our grinder around here and take off, don't like these sharp edges. So I'll just literally run it over. Actually, I might do it on the linear. Just run it across quickly, take a teeny bit off around all these, just so they're not sharp. And as you can see, I've round that back a bit. Still looks shit, but it'll do. The other end actually doesn't look too bad. I've left that as is, no grinding on that bucket. And as you can see, it's been sprayed over quickly. This will stop it rusting. And I've also cut this tube to a nice jaunty 25-degree angle. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut a semicircle out of the top here and a semicircle out of here of a 2-inch size, 2-inch diameter, because that's what they, or 50 mil rather, because that's what this tube is. This is 50 mil in the middle there, so it will sit down into the metal here. And I think what I will also do is cut down the sides here on both sides and just bend this in slightly to meet the tube, and then weld it up, and then make good these odd bits in the corners that will be left. That should be plenty strong enough then, because it will actually be part of the structure of this tube. And as I say, there will be other supports coming up to the sides here. So it'll be supported from both sides to stop it moving left or right, and there will be a big 60mm box section coming out of the back of here, straight back, for a small way, because that is going to have a 50mm box section which is over the back there, slid into it and bolted in, because I need that bracing tube, which will be going back to a frame, as I've said before, that'll be behind where the engine is. I need that tube to be removable. I might even put two tubes in there, I don't know yet, but whatever they are, they'll have to be removable, just in case the engine ever has to come out. If I weld them in, then I'm going to have to cut the fuckers off if ever I needed to remove the engine for anything. So I think the only sensible option is to make them bolting. Because obviously this is fine where it is, and the other ones will be fine at the front here, because there's nothing to do with the engine or anything this far forward. The furthest forward is where these holes are behind here. That's where the radiator sits. And I'll probably have to weld a bracket from here anyway onto the radiator to stop it wobbling about, give it a bit of strength. Right, that's going to be it for this one. I've got something done. I don't bloody believe it. All this time, and we're slowly getting there now. God, how many fucking times have I said that in these videos? Or in any of my videos? Yeah, I think we say it rather a lot, don't I? Oh dear. Right, well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you very soon. Bye.